ANC member Carl Niehaus being taken away by police about an hour ago. That happened whilst he was being interviewed by my colleague at SABC News, reporter Jayed-Leigh Paulse, outside the Estcourt Correctional Facility, where former President Jacob Zuma is now being held. Let's speak to Jayed-Leigh. Thank you. Jade, so we can confirm he's been arrested. Anything else?
Well, a very good evening, Francis, and evening to the viewers that have just joined the full view. Yes, we can confirm that Carl Niehaus has been arrested. He's been taken to a local police station, and obviously this all unfolded while we were in discussion. We were talking during a live interview where I was asking him about the support for former President Jacob Zuma outside the Estcourt prison, also about his suspension, and he went on record saying that despite him being suspended by the ANC, he will continue to throw his weight behind former President Jacob Zuma and will continue converging with supporters and supporting him outside the Estcourt Correctional Facility. And during that live crossing, the police just swept and whisked him away. Before the police came in, one of the officers turned to him and said, "That's enough now." Adamant that he no longer congregates with supporters, and just took him away. And I think that one can suspect that this is in light of the COVID-19 adjusted for regulations, that he has broken them. We'll try and get some more clarity on the charge as well when we go to the police station after this crossing to try and get some more information around the arrest and bring you the latest with that regard. But as it stands now, Carl Niehaus has been taken into custody, Francis.
Let's just remind viewers, the police minister did say that police stood back as people gathered outside in Nkandla, but they did have video footage and they would be hand-picking the organisers, the people who broke level 4 lockdown regulations, who were in contravention even of the prohibition on gatherings. So it could be linked to that, but we don't know yet.
That is true, Francis, and you must remember the police has been lambasted by general, citizens, civilians calling the police, saying that why are they allowing large gatherings at Nkandla. We saw that the entire week last week when my colleagues Simpiwe Makanya and Ayanda Umhlongo brought us rolling coverage of Nkandla, where former President Jacob Zuma enjoyed a lot of attention and enjoyed a lot of support from his stronghold in the northern KwaZulu-Natal. And we saw Jayed-Leigh, a minister of police, coming out saying that the reason why they never broke up or broke up many of the large gatherings there, especially on Sunday, where we saw a very large motorcade traveling from Durban all the way to Nkandla, over 100 cars with several supporters going to go and pledge their support. We saw the minister coming out saying that they could not break up those large crowds, that there were several people with guns, they had live ammunition, they did not want to put the lives of civilians at, and they did not want to cause extra mayhem or cause a bloodbath. We saw Minister Jayed-Leigh saying that and citing that that was one of the reasons why the police folded their arms, so to speak, and let that play out on Sunday evening. But now we are seeing the police making a 360-degree turn, Francis. They are definitely swooping onto those that are gathering and organizing these large gatherings, and I suppose that this is one of the individuals, Mr. Carl Niehaus, who are going to be brought to book for the Gatherings Act and also breaking of the COVID-19 regulations and lockdown adjusted for levels. But we'll try and get all that information once we are certain of the charge sheet and what he has been charged with, and we'll bring you the latest. But as it stands, he has been taken into custody, and I imagine that the police in KwaZulu-Natal, with Minister Jayed-Leigh at the helm, will be bringing many more to book that are breaking the COVID-19 regulations.
Jayed-Leigh, for people who haven't been able to see the rolling coverage today, what do we know about the conditions inside the Estcourt Correctional Services facility where the former president is being held? And has Correctional Services commented on those pictures of him being processed, which should never have been leaked and shared on social media?
Well, my colleague Samkelo Maseko was here for the briefing by Justice Minister Ronald Lamola, who had said and spoken about the conditions that former President Jacob Zuma will be held here at the Estcourt facility, prison. He also spoke about the fact that many South Africans are saying that the former president will receive special attention. He dealt with that, saying that that is not the case. Former President Jacob Zuma will be in isolation for 14 days and also delved into that. He is going to be held here, and then he'll be moved into a different part of the facility. So speaking about that to my colleague Samkelo Maseko, who broke it down for us. But when I arrived here at the facility, France, it was very quiet. There wasn't a soul. We expected Carl Niehaus as well as the MKMVA supporters to be making their way from Nkandla. They arrived an hour later. There were also talks that family members of President Jacob Zuma will be visiting him on day one. Some of his allies in the ANC were also rallying behind him and showing him support, that they will also be making their way in. But we didn't see that take place. We only saw the large gathering outside the Estcourt prison and police subsequently breaking that up. But as it stands, fairly quiet here. With regards to those photographs that you are speaking about, we are still not sure who has leaked those photos. It has been on social media. We've seen them, on Twitter, on Facebook, many people sharing those photographs of a very timid former President Jacob Zuma sitting with a correctional facility staff member. He looks very, down, and those photos have been trending in the media. But we also saw Justice Minister Ronald Lamola coming out quite strongly and saying that this is against the law, that anyone that is sharing this is breaking the law, is breaking the correctional facilities and departments law, and also saying that no one can share any photos of inmates. It's prohibited, regardless whether it was a former statesman. So all those back at home who have seen those photographs, who have been distributing them,